All right, peace, peace, peace. What up? First and foremost, hold on, y'all. Hold on. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing your day. By His mercies, you are consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house shall body, and two we're naturally alive, man. I want to get to something, man. It's going the importance of, man, honestly walking in spirit again, man. I know, I actually tried to upload it. Actually, ironically enough, it was a DMX prayer on his Year of the Dog album, and that was part of the things that he said in the prayer, but for copyright issues, it didn't allow us to upload it, man. But I want to get into, let's go to Galatians real quick, and also to how, we're just gonna get into it real quick, man, and and also how even that Romans 12:1 is actually very deep, especially going into the law and things of that nature. But but let's get this Galatians real quick. Hopefully, the Most High in your house has blessing your day, though, man. We alive, man. Honestly, man, I just talked to a lot of people, that they just lost loved ones, man. Honestly, man. So, yeah, man. It's but being naturally alive in the Most High in your house, shot, man. But, yeah, let's get Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. It says, Then I say, walk in the Spirit, and walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So exactly. For the and this all goes into how spirits. Paul's really breaking down, going into the same thing. How shall I say in Matthew 26 verse? I'm reading again. It says, then I say, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit lusts against the flesh. And these things are contrary to one another, and so that ye cannot do things that ye would. And this goes back to really the law back in the beginning with Genesis 3:15. Thy seed shall be against the Most High house shall seed versus the serpent seed, and Proverbs goes into 29. I will look at it. The just is abomination, unjust. It says that in Sirach was a Messiah. It says that a lot of places. Pretty much that good is set against evil, and that even in Genesis 1 it says it light in the darkness. But anyway, yeah, let's go here because I could put Proverbs chapter 29 verse 27. The unjust, pretty much unfaithful. The unjust man is abomination to the faithful. He that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. Yeah, so it's pretty much saying the same thing. But pretty much, man, and all this stuff is pretty much that's all goes into the witness, the gospel, the testimony, new covenant, man, having the word in you, man. That's how, and all the things that's in Galatians 5:22, man, having the all the things that's fruits of the Spirit, pretty much who you are, being that, honestly, and that actually those fruits is a byproduct of that tree of life, and that tree is the Most High in your house, man, because even the name, in Exodus 34:6, the Most High in your house shall declare the name, in Numbers 14:18, Jeremiah 9:24. All these qualities are byproducts of His name, man. So that's why it even says if you call on His name, because it's more than say, calling on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. No, it's calling on Him is being the attributes that's in His name that He laid out in those said scriptures, that Exodus 34:6, Numbers 14:8, Jeremiah 9:24, and other places in the Psalms. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, but this all goes into walking in the Spirit, man. Staying in the Spirit, honestly, man. The importance of that, man, because your house was always in the Spirit, man. Yeah, and just the morning prayers, man. Of course, we're and these don't get twisted, man. We're still in the flesh, of course, but but your house overcame the flesh. That's something I need to do, and something that us brothers and sisters that we all need to do as well, man, because don't get twisted. James 5, it says, listen, these are still regular people at the end of the day too, with like passions just like us. It says that about Elijah. James even said that, man. These were men too. That's what the realness of the scriptures, man. So but yeah, man, this is because are you gonna have fleshy carnal moments? Yeah, but we gotta overcome that as He did, so walk as He walked. So that's what I need to do, man. That's why self-examination, things I'm still doing, I gotta stop. But anyway, yeah, so let's go to Leviticus too, because speaking of because when it says let's get it says Leviticus chapter 17, verse 6. It says, and the priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar at the door, and the tabernacle of the congregation, and and burn the fat sweet savor unto the Lord. So and they shall no more sacrifice unto devils whom they have gone a whoring after. This shall be a statute forever throughout the generations. Yeah, so exactly. So let's go Romans 12 and 1 real quick, man. Then we go hit James. Then go hit James, man. Because honestly, man, like, you know, and that door now is that's your house shot, because his blood, and John 10, he's the door. So yeah, and that's how, like, you know, walking in the spirit is how, like, you know, you don't sacrifice unto devils, man, because you could live your life not even actually, because of course there's some people out there throughout the world that actually still do actual sacrifices, like, you know, well, here in America, people do it like more on the low, like, you know, in the Bohemian Grove or behind the scenes, but more as the prophecy unveils itself, and as a beast system mirage, as, like, you know, as, like, you know, the sun. Well, of course, we're Luciferian. It always has come, but as it more heightens, more people are going to do that more openly. Because in the ancient world, they did it more openly, but overseas, I mean, over other places as well, the people still do it. But you could just actually live, like, you know, let's get Romans 12:1. You could do that. Like, you know, this your life can be a sacrifice unto devils, like, you know, spiritually speaking. But it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. Yeah, exactly, man. And that's what he said in Luke, like, you know, our profitable service, man. That's our reasonable service, man, to serve him with all our heart, all our soul, with all our might, love each other, love him and Yahushua, love the Most High Yahushua with all our heart and soul and might, like, you know, and love each other, like, you know, and be faithful, live according to promise, and obedient to his instruction. But yeah, man, but you could live your life like it. Also too, as the psalmist says, how your life can be a sacrifice. But you can live your life like, you know, pretty much sacrificing the devils, man. Let's get that, because all going back to what we talking about, walking in the spirit, man. Let's go to James real quick. Pretty much being earthly. Let's get James chapter James chapter 3 and verse 14. We'll start verse 14. It says, but if ye have bitter envy and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth. Yeah, that's Yahushua, man. That's the Most High Yahushua. That's the word. It says, this wisdom does not ascend from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. So yeah, exactly, man. So this is pretty much being earthly. All these envious, malicious, spiteful, evil eye, all this stuff like that. Lustful, like not only these with sexual, physical things, just like the lust of the eyes, like, you know, the love of the world, all this stuff that's devilish. That's like an Esau type of thing, profane, worldly, earthly things. Like, you know, we gotta be actually Jacob, not just naturally, like deceived by blood, but spiritually, man. Like he said in John 1:47. Now let's go right there real quick, man. Israel indeed, who's no guile, no deceit, no wickedness, man. So yeah, so something that I gotta do, man, because that's all that pretty much being earthly. That's like that was worldly. And don't get twisted, like we said, we have carnal moments and plus we're human, but you know, that's just living like that, like being things that's what was just stated, yeah. But let's get to John chapter 1 verse 47. Yahushua saw Nathanael coming to him, and he said unto him, but behold, an Israelite indeed, whom is no guile. So ultimately, man, we want to be sons and daughters of the Most High Yahushua. But let's grab this again, James chapter 3 verse 14. It says, but you have bitter envy and strife in your hearts. See, in your hearts. See, going back even to Ezekiel, have an idol in your heart, sacrifice in your heart, whatever that is. Glory not, lie not against the truth. This wisdom does not ascend from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. Yep. For where every envy and strife is, and there is confusion in every evil work. And see, the Most High is not even the author of that. Like he says in Corinthians, man, he's like, you know, a peace, which is like order, man. Like, you know, and that's is what it is, man. But see, let's get this. Let's get verse 17 real quick. But the wisdom that is from above, exactly. First pure, yep, the pure in heart, like how shall I said. Then peaceable, yep. Blessed are the peacemakers. Gentle and easy, that be full of mercy and good fruits, and what we just read in Galatians 5, without partiality, without hypocrisy. Yeah, like Sirach goes into. Well, also to that hypocrisy, don't be a hypocrite, like Sirach 1 goes into 29. Also to when Yahushua called the Pharisees hypocrites, man, they pretty much being unfaithful. Shout out to Brother Assembly Firstborn, we're bringing it out, man. But all this stuff, man, it's like, yeah, man, being pretty much like walking in the spirit, man. Like, you know, walking in the spirit, you overcome that, like being living, sacrificing your life, being a sacrifice unto the devils, man. Because, like, you know, pretty much being earthly or worldly, man. Because you know nothing can stand before envy and strife, all that stuff, man. So it says this wisdom not sent from above, but was earthly, sensual, devilish. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. So yeah, so that's just how you can sacrifice unto devils, man. Not only just giving sacrifice to other gods and false deities, and like shoot, be idols in your heart. All this stuff listening about envy, strife, malice, like guile, deceit, evil eye, lustful, like covetousness, all this stuff. But the Most High Yahushua talks about throughout the word. But let's get to some Baruch now, man. Oh gosh. Let's grab Baruch chapter Baruch chapter 4 and verse 6, exactly. Yep. Like Yahushua. We'll start verse 5. Yeah. Be of good cheer. Like he said, like Yahushua said, my people, the more Israel. Yeah, here's a point, because we did this to ourselves. This is just on a natural tip. Because we're really sold to sin. We got redeemed. We got brought with our parts, but we're really captive to sin and death. But this on the natural tip, man. We got to realize this, man. We did this to ourselves, man. Not for our destruction, because we moved the Most High Yahushua out of anger, man. What we did throughout our history as a people. But it says, ye were not sold to the nations, not for your destruction, because ye moved Yahweh to wrath. Ye were delivered unto your enemies. But verse 7, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not unto Yahweh. And see that Romans 12 and 1. That's the sacrifice now, man. Like our exactly, man. So yeah, man, exactly. But even your life could be like be sacrificed unto the devil. So yeah, this how also too how you how what you call how we could be living how our lives are is a sacrifice. Let's get this wisdom Psalm 3 and 6, because it's going through the furnace of affliction, man. And that's how you get the kingdom. 1, the inward kingdom. 2, in the physical kingdom, like it says Acts 14 and 12. But it says, as gold received in furnace, he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. So see, living bodies as a sacrifice. And also going back to the beginning, man, like he tells the end from the beginning. Like, because like when Cain when it says about when Cain sacrifices, it's not just he didn't the theme of that is like one, like entitlement and like and not giving like the Most High Yahushua what he wants, like not and Most High Yahushua not compromising, man, because a lot of times too that's what the difference between the Most High Yahushua and natural man, because natural man will compromise pretty much, but you do have some men out there that probably that don't do that, but for the most part in the flesh for the most part, like men will compromise. Most of the house I won't. But I'm saying there are still men that don't. And that's why, honestly, whether you're in the word or out the word, that's a good quality that's something I need to work on as men not to do, honestly, man. That there was just people in general, but yeah, anyway. But the Most High house is not compromised. But also too, like we talked about in the past, that's like a Kathy Bates, Nurse Ratchet from type of mentality, like that. I know what's best for you. I know what you want. Because pretty much, man, I had a moment like that. I think we talked about it on another time on here. But anyway, the point also, let me get back to the point, because of what I was saying. Because the point of that was it was Cain's life, man. Because it was when it talks about, let's go Genesis 4 real quick. It was Cain's life. Like just go and think about what we just read in Romans chapter 12, man. It's just the sacrifices, that Cain did. It wasn't just like the actual sacrifices, of course, but it was his life as well. But it says Genesis chapter 4 verse 4. It says, and Abel brought his firstlings of the flock. Yeah, so Abel brought his best. And that's not only just Abel's what he brought, but his life, man. He was faithful. He was the son of promise anyway, because Abel means breath. So what does that mean? Like, of course, we the breath of life, the Holy Spirit. But it says, and Abel brought brought the firstlings of his flock and the fat thereof, and the Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering, but unto Cain his offering he had not respect. And Cain Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. So see, yeah. So yeah, it was not only what Cain like the actual sacrifice, it was his life. Like cause Cain, cause what it is too. That see tells you the from the beginning, man. It was all cause one, like it wasn't. This was just because it was like the brothers Kwame Call and Shalimar, and brother Semi Firstborn, and brothers like Aka War and brother Elijah, man, like they said like that even like the brother from Tazaiwan from True Nathan said this one time about Cain and Abel. You think that because it's presented that Cain and this cat, come on, quiet. Oh god, this cat is ruining it. No, oh my gosh, come on, Spirit. Anyway, yeah, I feel like the Godfather now. Anyway, it was presented like Cain and just randomly kill Abel one day. No, that was always in Cain to do. That was in him, how the word is all right, you gotta go, sweetie. Like the word is sown in you that it was in him to do that, man. But that was a precursor to how the prophets how the prophets will be killed, man. The ones that rebuking the gates, like Amos said, and will be killed, man. That was a precursor to that, man. But anyway, man. But all that we talked about, because this cat is distracted. My bad, y'all. This cat distracted me, but it's crazy because she's quiet now, but I mean she's just quiet when the word comes out, it's laying down. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is, though, man. So that's how you sacrifice under the devil, man. Your life could be sacrificed under the devil's, but that's how you walk in the spirit, man. And the crazy thing is, her name is Spirit. So yeah, say hi, Spirit. That's crazy. See, the Most High House, I did it for a reason. See, her name is Spirit. So we walk in spirit. So yeah, hopefully it's edifying, man. Much love to your brothers and sisters. So peace. This thing on cat.